Hello everyone, it's Crafty Carol here with another little project for you, and these were the other thing we made at last week's class. I'd aimed them as sort of gifts for Christmas, but most people in the class wanted to keep them for themselves, which is fine. And all they are is little notebook folders. Oh, that is not sticking down. I'll need to stick that down properly later. But yeah, they're just little notebook folders, and you can take these out, take the notepads out, so when they're finished you can simply put another one in. It's really good. Do you like my little dog? Right, I won't bother tying up that bow for now. I'll do it later. So what do you need for this project? I've forgotten where I saw this project, but it was another demonstrator. Anyway, I buy these little notepads just from Amazon. They're not very expensive, and they come as packs of 10. I should have got this out before. So I have got a video on my site which actually tells you how to measure to find the right sort of size thing, a box or whatever. So for this, you basically just want a little bit around the edge. So you measure this, how big your article is, and then you add, I usually add about half a centimetre or so, sometimes a centimetre, to the measurement to allow them to be a bit bigger. And then you also measure the depth. So this is very narrow, it's less than it's about half a centimetre at the most. So we're going to just allow about 1/4 of an inch or half a centimetre, because I'm going to do it in inches. These pads are 5 by 3. So we're going to make this about half an inch bigger each way round. So we're going to use inches today, which I don't usually, I use centimetres, but we're going to use inches because it's easier. So you measure the size, you want double the sort of frame that you need around it, plus the depth. So that's how you measure the width and the depth, the both sides of which size cardstock you need. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, this piece of cardstock, the big piece of cardstock you need for this, if you're buying these size pads, which is 5 by 3, then you want it to be 5.5 deep by 7.25 wide. So that is my piece of cardstock. You also need a piece of cardstock which is 1 inch by 5 inches, and that is for, if I just bring this back in, that's for the holder, for the sort of strip behind which you slide the notebook. It just holds the notebook in place. You could, obviously you could stick the notebook down. You don't have to put that strip in, but I think it's nicer to give somebody a refillable one so they can use it time and time again. Right, so I'll go through the DSP you need in a minute, but for the cardstock, you want to score it at 3.5. So looking on, as I said, we're going to work in inches today rather than in centimetres. So we're scoring at 3.5 and 3.25. That's that 1/4 inch for the depth of the book. So we've got 2 narrow score lines. So the next stage is to fold and burnish those score lines. So be careful with this. Make sure that your card is lined up properly. And then with your bone folder, just give it a good burnish. And then the same for the other fold. A little bit fiddly with these little narrow folds, but it will work if you're gentle. So again, make sure it's lined up properly with the card base. So lined up top and bottom, and then press down into the crease and give it a good burnish. And that forms the folder which will go around your notebook. Okay. So while I've got the trimmer out, I'm going to do a little bit more scoring on this 5-inch piece, and we're going to score not quite at 1 inch each side. So I'm just bringing it just a little bit under, perhaps just half a space between the marks under. So it's just less than half an inch, because I want it, the notebook is 3 inches wide, so I want the strip to just be a fraction wider in the middle. So these 2 folds, we're simply going to fold under like that. Okay, so that's our folding and scoring done. What else you need for this piece of this lovely little project? So we need 2 pieces of DSP, one for the front and one for the back. And these are 1/4 inch less than the basic size of the front. So that's 3.25 by 5.25. And you want 2 of those. When you cut that as a strip off your DSP, I'm using up some old DSP here, by the way. This is Poppy Parade cardstock. This is an old DSP. You will be left with a little strip. I'd cut 2 pieces that are around 3 inches long. I obviously haven't cut that 3 inches. No, let's just do that. So I didn't cut this as 3 inches, that's silly. So you want these to be 3 inches. There we go. Obviously didn't cut that, by approximately 1 inch. And the second one I want to make about 1 1/4 inches. You'll see why in just a minute. So 2 strips of 3 inches, one at 1 1/4 inches and one at 1 inch. And those are to cover up some of these bits. The bigger piece is going to wrap around the top of the notepad so that it fits with my frame as well. So I'm just going to bend it like that and stick it on. So just put it just with my fingers. I haven't done that very well, but you get the idea. Just do that again, bend it and just put a little bit of a crease in, and the same for the back with the little tiny top. Get that straight. So I've just put 2 little creases in there, just using my fingers, and that will now stick on here. And I'm going to use, if I haven't lost it, where is my tear and tape? There it is. I'm going to use tear and tape to stick that on, because as I've just discovered on there, if I use glue, it's sort of coming off. So I'm going to use tear and tape instead. So I'm going to put a little bit across the front of the notepad and a little bit across the back. There we go. And then I can stick on, do the front first. Fold that bit in, we don't need it. So stick my front on, it just makes it match, and I quite like that idea. The front on, fold it around the back and the back bit. And of course I'm on camera, so I cannot get the tear and tape off. Come on, that's it, there. So just folding that down, it just gives it a nice little finish, so it matches the rest of the yeah, I should have folded that in that bit, that's okay. Matches the rest of the paper that I'm using, so it looks the same. The other piece, the narrower piece, is to go on here, and I've left it so there's a bit of a border all the way around. You could cover it completely, just a bit fussy about border and things. I do like a little border around things, but you can fiddle around with the size of this and just trim it if you need. So that was 3 inches wide by 15/16 of an inch deep. If you want my exact measurements that I've used. There we go. So then I've got my 2 little bits folding in at the side there. And for these, I'm going to put some tear and tape on, because this is the next stage, is to stick this in before you go any further. So 2 bits on there. And we'll have 2 bits on here. Take the coverings off. I hope they land in the bin and not on the floor. There's one there for me to pick up later. Missed the bin. Anyway, so then I'm going to open here. Now you want to stick this in around about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch from the top, about here. So I'm going to place it so that it's midway between, so I've got the same gap each side of it, and then just stick it down. We've got the tape on there, so it sticks it down, but it leaves the middle sort of sitting up, and that is where you can simply slide in your notepad. So I should perhaps, no, that will go in further, will it? Should go down a little bit further in there. Yes, yeah. So you want it so that your notepad sits with the same sort of gap top and bottom as well. And that can then be replaced. So if the recipient likes it and want to carry on using it, they can simply take this notepad out when it's used up and replace it. So that is the basic folder. Now the next bit, really important, this, you must put the ribbon on before you put your rest of your DSP, and you need around about 18 inches or so, between 16 and 18 inches of ribbon, something like that. So I'll just measure that very roughly. Get my ribbon scissors. Always cut ribbon with ribbon scissors, so important. So around about that. And then I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape, if I haven't lost the end, which of course I have. Oh, come on. There we go. So a little bit of tear and tape just in the very middle of the front. Whoops. Stick down tear and tape, don't stick to me. And then it just holds the ribbon in place while I finish off the rest of the front. It doesn't need to be stuck down completely. So I want the ribbon to be equal there, so that's about right. So I'm going to stick that down there, and before I go any further, just going to check that those two lengths are roughly even, which they are just about. I might just pull it through just a little tad more. There. Yeah, that's a bit better. More even. Good. So now we can finish it off by sticking the pieces of DSP to the front. As I said, this is a retired DSP. You want to just choose your cardstock to match whatever DSP you're using. So just put some glue on this, on both of these. There we go. So one goes on the front, so I want to make sure the ribbon is lying as flat as we can get it. There we go. And that just then holds the rest of the ribbon in place. So then same on the back, lie the ribbon nice and flat, and then I can stick the DSP on top. There we go. And there is the folder. So now I can tie my bow to hold it closed very quickly. Oh, got a sore thumb, that makes it very difficult. Lost the end of that. There we go. So I'll tie a better bow later, but you get the idea. So that is our folder. And then I have used this stamp. I've used this frame and put "Enjoy the Little Things" in the middle of it. To get this properly on the block, by the way, the easy way is drop the frame. Just don't try and place it, just drop it, because it will just form its... If you try and place it, then you risk skewing it, you risk distorting it. So just allow it to drop onto your work surface. I'm adding this in the middle because I can do them both at once, and then pick it up with your block, and there you have it, nice and square with your sentiment inside. So I stamped that in Poppy Parade to match my cardstock, and I've cut it out. I punched it out actually with two of my circle punches, the 2 3/8 and the 2 1/2. Yeah, 2 1/4. 2 1/4 inch, is it? Oh, I can't remember. 2 1/4 inch, I think it is, or 2 1/2. Who knows? Anyway, the two sizes of circle punch, and I'm just going to stick those together. Again, just because I want a little bit of a border around. I do like a tiny border on things. I do think it looks better like that. And then I can simply finish it by sticking some, nearly out of yet another sheet of dimensionals. Go through dimensionals at a ridiculous rate, really, but they're so good and so useful. So I'll just have a couple of strips of that from the side because I use every bit of a pack of dimensionals. You don't want to waste anything. Won't come off top there. So there is my, you can put another bit of ribbon under here if you want, and there we have Enjoy the Little Things. And to finish it off, somewhere here, oh, these ones will do, I've just got some gems which I'll pop on. I don't know where my coloured gems are that might match, but these ones will do. These are just some old champagne gems, but they'll match okay on with Poppy Parade. So I'm just gonna, oh, so tiny. Really should use my take a pick tool instead of my pokey tool because that would be easier. But hey, just gonna put a few of those on. Oh, where did that last one go? Still stuck to my finger, that's not good. Stick to my card, please, little gem. Oh, I'm just gonna move them around slightly until I stick them down. Oh, that one just does not want to stick down, does it? There we go. So there's a couple of gems just to finish it off. And there we have it. Another little notebook to match all the ones I've currently done. I need to tie that bow again. But yeah, they're such fun to make. The notepads, as I say, I got them from Amazon. I can't remember. They weren't that much, but they're so easy to get with refills. And this makes a nice little present as a little extra present for people at Christmas. And yeah, I hope you enjoy that. Thanks for joining me today. All the instructions will be on my blog at craftycarolscards.co.uk, where you can also sign up for my emails to find out when my free online classes are, and my Zoom classes that I do every month as well. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.